Let's go to San Antonio. Gino. It is smack-off season. Good to see Gino in there. Gino, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, man, I will say this about Mike and Indy. I can't say he's a better caller than Brad, but I can't really say Brad's a better caller than Mike either. Mike, he was selling some You Better Don't T-shirts back in the day, and I bought one. So I'll say my best call I ever made to this show probably wasn't as good as the worst call Mike and Indy ever made. If I knew for a fact he was going to call in, I'd take the day off just to hear it. Love you, Mike. But I was calling about this whole situation with the PGA and LIV. It's really, I'm not going to repeat all the things that you've said. I listened to First Take this morning despite the fact that I can't stand listening to Stephen A. Smith. But on certain topics, I'm willing to dial in because I think he's got an important voice, just like you. There are some days when I know for a fact I'm going to be listening to the Jungle because I want to hear what you have to say. And I appreciate all the things that I heard you say, Dog said on his show as well. But the one thing that I am curious about is how much Blood Money Hands is talking this talk about how he's got a controlling interest with the Saudis. Dude, you did not merge with the Saudis. The Saudis just bought the PGA out, son. I'll be curious what Wetzel has to say on this topic. But DeChambeau said something that really got me thinking this morning. He said that he felt bad for the PGA Tour members because they were told one thing and something else happened, but we, meaning the LIV players, were told something and it happened. I got to ask myself, what exactly is he saying when he says we were told something and it happened? Was the entire goal of the LIV Tour just to get the Saudis with incredible bags of cash to lure away top players and force the PGA to merge with them? Was that the entire point from the beginning? I'd be curious what Wetzel has to say on that. And quickly, Brandel Chambly, you crushed Phil, DeChambeau, Koepka, all the LIV players like no other. You railed and tore your hair out screaming at them. Will you now have the courage of your convictions and go on the PGA shows and crush Monahan and the rest of the PGA with the same passion that you crushed all the LIV players for selling out their soul just like the LIV players did? I'll hang up and take your response, Rum.
My response is you're not capping on almost everything you just said, starting with Mike and Indy. Rack that call. It's an excellent phone call.
Rack him.
And I agree with virtually everything he said. You know, Monahan, he said, was that LIV's plan all along? Poach a few guys, pick off a few stars, plant the flag, spend a hell of a lot of money, and then just do what we do and bide our time and keep throwing money at it and keep throwing money at it. And then one day they'll say yes, and we will own them. Was that their plan all along? Probably. To me, a better question would be, because we're talking about a real world-class hypocrite, was that Monahan's plan all along? To me, it's not was that LIV's plan all along, because you're right. They own the PGA now, no matter what he says about control. My question, and I think a better question is, was this actually Monahan's plan all along? Because that's not what he was saying. He said quite the opposite. We would never do that. Don't go there. Here's why you don't want to go there. But when he was saying those things, did he know deep down, oh, we're going there. We're going there. I just need some time to negotiate. And I'm going to use Rory to negotiate, and I'm going to use Tiger to negotiate, and I'm going to use all the other really respected guys on tour and the media to negotiate. Like, this happened just this weekend? Come on. So not only have they been in negotiations, actual negotiations, for the better part of 2 months, did the negotiation really actually start more than a year ago? Did the negotiation actually start when he talked about 9/11? And Gino is not wrong about Mike and Indy. How about Gino? Gino is one of the best callers ever to this program, and he just said, if I knew for a fact that Mike and Indy was going to show up on the 30th, I would take the day off myself and just listen with everybody else. Quote, I love you, Mike. Normally, the legends go at each other. They don't pick each other up like that. But again, that's how good Mike is, or was, or still could be.